there's yellow corals, stony corals in Elapsamia, and several whips. It's what look like long, stringy pieces that are hanging off of the rocks. We took a look at those earlier, and several of them look like black coral.
Yep.
And then basically this ridgeline is just completely covered with fauna. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely something I haven't seen in the past few weeks of diving.
Still a bit of particulate material, sort of, you know, marine snow within the water column. It's a little more hazy than it was when we started the dive. It's a possible indication of food availability within this area. And we're also seeing scattered sponges. Another fan on the left, similar to that.
Yeah,
when we
the
collected.
acanthogorgid.
Let me see.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Oh, it's a fish coming into view. It has a similar.
This is another one
Zoom
of the
fish.
halosaurs we saw earlier, the spiny.
Come in on the fish, please.
Halosaur,
Oh, nice,
salt, and saur is a lizard
like
because
that.
of the shape of the head, I guess. It looks like that was not going to
Yeah.
No.
to get an ID.
It didn't want to cooperate with us today. We got a great headshot of one earlier in the dive, so some fantastic imagery of the halosaur.
Sonar looks clear. We can keep tacking them on.
Yeah.
I mean, they want to make progress. I know we don't have to go too fast, but rather spend time on something that's really interesting than mosey too much here.
Yeah, copy that.
So
Sure.
Just a little
Does
bit.
that same heading still look good?
you might have to adjust to port to kind of now come up the ridge. Now we're over it. So
Yeah, I think
if you want to line up on the ridge, maybe 090 or something like that.
I think 95 or 90 would be pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Everything looks so solid and stuck.
I think we could go due east. I think it'd be fine.
30 meters again.
Starting to reconsider the jackhammer.
Yeah, I'm
Next
looking
time.
east. I think that looks great.
I wonder if
Bridge
this might
now.
be something we've saw it. I don't know if you got a close up of that before.
The
Like
bushy.
another ship move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 meters, bearing 095 degrees, 0.2 knots.
It's the same.
Do you need a quick snap just to confirm? Won't take too long. Or are you
Good
happy
copy.
with it?
Oh yeah, thanks. We've got that.
Okay, we're good video. Yep, sounds fine to me. It's very populated here.
It's like crab or squat lobster on that. Yeah.
Definitely something on there.
Thank you, Bridge.
Pilot, can we zoom in on the yellow coral in front of us?
Yeah, of course we can.
And Scott's reminding us, Scott France from University of Louisiana Lafayette is reminding us that, you know, these corals are primarily oriented in a similar direction on really the kind of high points or peaks of each of these rocks.
Oh, you got a good view
In
of
the
them now.
direction,
Come on in video.
obviously, to take advantage of the current regime. The currents are providing these corals with food. Corals
Just
can't go out
dropping
to
a
the
little
grocery
here.
store and
Stand
collect
by.
food. They have to basically take advantage of food flowing past them and capture it as it
Yeah,
zooms
sneak
by.
it in slowly here. Just
Quite an act of the
That's it.
crab to get up in
just
that
want to
colony.
make sure I don't put tether too much.
Yeah, I think you're okay. Seem to have a good amount right now.
It's holding pretty still. Like Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Are we at full zoom on that?
Well, I think we are almost now.
Yeah, I'm
Just all the
bringing them
polyps.
back.
All the polyps are retracted, and saw a brittle
Pretty
star.
soon we'll be on the bottom here, and I'll be able to get a really good stable
Can't
shot.
tell if the hydroids are
Oh, I can see
Just-
just fine. I got my
they've-
other cameras. Come on
been
in.
picked up by the crab, or if they're being held there on purpose.
Oh,
can
that's
go down on the
interesting. If
camera
it's
a little
growing on
further.
one of the legs.
Yeah, there's a cluster of hydroids on the.
Jeez.
Looks like it held
Sliding
aloft above the crab by the rear legs.
Can you tilt me up a little, co-pilot?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Now, so this is what I
Just a
commented
smidge.
before on
Is that
the
there?
previous
Hold on,
crab.
I'm gonna
This
try to sidle
resembles
right
the
here.
Homolid crab.
Toe hold
which
is
have the
not
back
agreeing with
legs
me.
modified. They're more slender than the other legs, and they'll pick things up and carry them around. And I think that's what's going on.
Copy.
Somehow it's
Hold
got
it.
hold of
There
that
it is.
hydroid and it's actually carrying it in the modified back legs. Again, I'm not an expert on this group, so if somebody else can chime in on it, but I suspect that's what's going on because on
Yeah, I got
submersible
the full
dives,
leg
we
there.
see
You can
these
see the
Homolid
black tip.
crabs carrying a variety of different things, sponges or bits of coral or just bits of
Yep.
debris.
Yeah,
So really-
excess baggage for
Yeah.
these crabs to carry around.
Interesting symbiosis, yeah.
If what?
Yeah, you can kind of see the hook on the back leg now grasping that little bit of hydroid.
Okay, pilots, when you're satisfied you've got your images, we're ready to zoom out and keep going.
Roger that. Pilot's clear when video is. Great. Yeah.
Thank you, that was great.
Have you about 7-0?
No problem.
My camera pilot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're safe.
Definitely an exciting spot.
Plenty of room. Onward and upward.
Co-pilot, you're probably about halfway through that move now.
Copy.
We're not too deep, so we can. hit the
So we're
brakes
about
if
to
we need
cross 1,060 meters, and just to remind everybody, we're on the Okeanos Explorer, exploring Swains Island, heading up the ridge, and I'm Amanda Demopoulos from the U.S. Geological Survey, and I've got Steve Oskovich here from Temple University as my co-pilot as we explore the seafloor on Deep Sea TV again.
Deep Sea TV. Is it another, or is that a different type of crab? Looks like the same type of crab on the same coral.
Do you need a
The-
tighter look to
the
make sure?
fan.
We could do a quick zoom
Yeah,
on the fan,
Want to
please.
snap on it for ID? Come on in, video.
it's interesting. That's the second one we've seen like that. Also has the
Has a
hydroid,
hydroid companions.
yeah,
Come in a little more.
hydroid umbrella.
Just making sure it's the same crab as last time.
Little hydroid accessory.
I wonder if that's a,
Is it more
yeah,
of
if
the
that's
same?
some sort of mutual benefit.
Providing camouflage, maybe.
Right?
Right,
The
come on
crab
up.
cleans the hydroids off of the
Can't
parts
see
surrounding the
glass in a place
Thanks,
I
pilot.
like it.
coral.
I'm
And-
curious if we've seen that crab associated with these
here's
corals
some pile of
before,
rocks. Let's
because
see if
I
we
mean,
see
typically we've
anything
been seeing, at least with the chrysogorgids, the chirostylid crabs or squat lobsters, and
Good.
I'm curious
Thank
on
you,
the shore
Rich.
side if we've seen that particular type of crab associated with corals. What's that white blob in the middle, pilot, to the lower right below the lasers?
Just below lasers now.
Yeah.
Possible urchin.
Yeah, we saw one just after you left for lunch.
Oh.
And sorry, but we had a great call-in from Chris Moth, Smithsonian.
No
who-
way, I missed Chris.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
Do you want
And-
it? You want a
Bummer.
closer look, or are you good?
Is So is this similar? Some sort of...
It's it's a kind of third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pilot, you're starting to go off to port. Do you want me to rotate? Keep you in
And-
view?
Yeah, sure.
Copy.
Ship move's done, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
we're
safe
This
there.
flattish
look
area
good.
Come on
might
in video.
You might
yield some
coast
rock.
a little bit more.
Pilot,
Yeah,
after
but
we
the
zoom in on
sonar, I
here, do you
we're
think we
still
could
good.
try to
I'll just go 10 degrees.
knock a rock loose?
We can poke around, yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
So these kind of thirds are pancake urchins where interesting because they kind of deflate when you bring them to the surface. The water leaks out of them and they flatten out, hence their name. But everyone in the chat was relaying about how terrible the spines sting.
Yeah.
Have
You have to be very careful when you're taking them out of the bio box and collecting them. It's just very painful otherwise. Thanks, pilot.
Yeah.
Have you had the pleasure?
I have not been stung. No.
All right, yeah, you
I'm
can line.
typically
Okay.
fully
You can line
gloved
up.
up.
On me, co-pilot, as you need to. Let me know.
Double gloved.
Yes, I'm
Let me know
looking
at the bottom.
straight down.
Gets
Uh,
near.
and about 70 degrees.
Should
Which
be
looks good on
about
sonar
done
for
with
next move, actually.
Yeah, okay. I think
Oh,
they want to
that's
prod
okay.
around a little here, so we're going to
Copy that.
see what we can't find.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on move, swing, but I think I should be just about done.
So there's something in here that looks loose to you?
Maybe up ahead a bit.
Upper left corner, there's a couple of boulders that look isolated.
Maybe you could knock it with
Cobble,
this good.
yeah. Cobble sized.
Up this way?
There's a fish or it might be above you, pilot. I don't know if you see my
Oh
camera.
yeah, big fish.
It's in your
Oh, look
maneuvers.
at that. Right, there's a fish in the screen
Snap
coming
real
up.
quick, just to catch him.
Should be able to get a tentative ID on this.
Lifting over my camera.
Yeah, I've seen enough of this briefly with the little finlets on the back to know that this is an oil fish. They call them waloo. It's a type of snake mackerel related to the tuna. The species
a wahoo?
is Rubetus prediosus.
Is that what
Interesting.
he said?
Are they typically
Oh.
found this deep, Bruce?
All right. Yeah. Yep, that's good.
This seems rather deep for them, but they are a deep living species, and they'll move up and down in the water column. They're
All right,
also
get
caught
back
on
down
long
here.
lines set more shallow, maybe long lines set at night, more shallow. They're called waloo in Hawaii. They are eaten. They're commercially eaten. They're very oily and actually have a sort of laxative type of effect if you eat too much. That's oil fish is the name for that.
Where do
But
jump
they
off
seem to have a
Where's that
wide
urchin
depth
at?
range, a large
I think
eye,
it's behind you.
Okay.
and very impressive
Jumped ahead a
fish.
bit.
Big
That's
canine
good.
teeth in the jaws.
Better
They're
that way.
probably one of the most formidable predators at these depths.
Yes, I think I'm done
Oh.
swinging, but I am looking
So, pilot,
straight
it's
down.
really kind of your guess is as good as ours. There may be some
Yeah.
small rocks down below.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that jumps out as a great candidate, but there's a couple things up this way. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Everything
On
looks so
the-
cemented.
There's one on the left that has a bit of sediment. It's on a sediment flat, lower left corner.
Yeah, that one. Or this one.
Sidling. If you use the lasers to help guide me a little bit as I get close. Tell me when the lasers are above or below it.
The lasers are above it right now.
Now? Oh, down.
It's down
I see
in
it.
this.
Down in that
Yeah, I
crevice
see that.
area.
That might be doable.
May not be easy to approach, but I
No,
think
that's
those look
okay.
like candidates.
We can't get there with the skid and knock it, but we can reach out and prod with the arm, that's
Okay.
for sure.
Thanks.
And if we do collect this, you could use either either rock box rather.
Roger that. Just get pushed in here.
I'm feeling good about this one. Just to the
Just to the left.
either below the lasers or to the left of the lasers.
Yeah, the one below looks pretty locked in to me, but we'll see what happens. Okay, come in partial on these videos just to see if we can tell before I even reach out. I mean, those both look
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
they're
Like-
in there.
pieces
Okay.
of the. I don't see those coming free, unfortunately.
Well, we'll keep our eyes open.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Those looked like good candidates right till we got down there, didn't they?
Deceptive rocks.
Yeah.
They've got their agenda.
That's right. They want to stay put and they want to come with us.
Feeding the fish. Get away from that a little bit.
Yeah, so pilot coming up ahead on the upper right, there might be some
Okay.
possibly looser rocks
Well,
that you might be able to hit the skids.
a couple of these you're talking about here? No
Yeah.
lasers are on them now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can try to get the skids down in there. It's kind of, they're all like, the way this bottom is, it's hard to get the skid right in there, but I will do my best to tilt down a smidge so you can see the skid. So you guys can see if it comes loose. And we'll get in here.
I think I like that one to the right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm bumping off a few other things, but let's see what we can do. Bonk. Yeah, we hit that pretty solid. That
Yeah,
didn't
you
go
did.
anywhere. We can try this one, maybe. That one looks pretty rock. Yeah, that looks pretty cemented, but we'll give it a try. Push into it. Bonk. Oh, that didn't move either. Fortunately, those did not bunk loose, but there's maybe a couple other options up here. We'll keep making way. Oh, look at this eel.
Yeah, that
Cutthroat eel or something.
looks similar to the conger
Oh.
type eel.
I haven't been watching the dive so far, so I don't know what we've seen.
Yeah, this is another congrid. This might be a
Oh.
different species, though. I don't know if it's possible to zoom in on the head of this.
On
It
the
looks
head,
like
okay.
It's a little longer.
Dropping
and
down a
they have
smidge.
more
Can we
blunt
kill the
head
laser so I don't shoot him in the
than
eye?
one that
Yep,
we saw
lasers
earlier.
are off.
There are
So
a couple
on in,
of
a little video.
eel genera that have
Video zoom?
Congrid eel genera. that have
sure,
blunt
pilot,
On the head
and then
here?
kitty corner to
large
the right
feet.
behind it might be a rock of possibility.
Copy that. A little more.
Bruce, we're just getting a zoom in on the fish.
Yeah, take
Okay,
it
the
away.
head's not as blunt as I thought.
wanna
on
get this
but
head before it
is
takes
a,
off.
Congrid, and I think
Drop
it might
it.
be in the
Hold.
genus Bathycongrus.
Bathy
Although it
Congress.
looks like, no, the snout is blunt. It does, well, actually, I'll take that back. The snout does look blunt, and it looks like it might have large teeth, large canine teeth in the jaw.
It's got
So
Oh,
large
yeah.
I'm
teeth
guessing
in the
that,
front.
but yeah, those are impressive teeth. Yeah.
Look at those teeth.
Yeah, that's- Face only a mother can
Oh, I'm
love.
sorry.
I want to catch him in the dark.
Uroconger.
In a dark alley.
That's awesome.
Uroconger. Uroconger. Yeah, these are another, obviously, another predatory species. So probably grab anything that they can, little shrimp or little fish.
Thanks, Bruce. Whenever you're ready, pilot, we'll just
Okay.
try to grab
Video's
that
ready. I am.
rock. We're not going to grab the fish.
All right, come on out. We tested that rock. It's not loose.
Okay. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gave it a nudge.
All right. Kitty cornered looking.
It was the one behind the fish.
Oh, up there. I don't want to smush a
But
fish.
basically
That's
any,
why.
we'll give it another couple of these
Yeah, this
deceptive rocks a try and we'll,
bonk around in this rock bed and then make
Yeah.
progress. Gotcha.
yeah.
Let's go in partial and just kind of take a long look at a few of these if one of them looks loose. If you want to take a half zoom or something. That'll help us see what's cemented and not video. Just a half zoom, please. Yeah, perfect. Just hold there. We can scan a bit and maybe it'll be more obvious what's loose because we've been getting close and it's been obvious once we do. So I'll just move around like this and see if anything jumps out at us. It's possible loose rock. Yeah. I don't see anything.
Hmm.
Anything jump out at you guys?
No, not really. Do appreciate the attempt.
And, you know, if it bonks loose, we'll take it.
Yeah.
But I haven't. When they're cemented, they're cemented. There's no way
Yeah.
we're prying them off or anything like that. I see a little shadow under that one, but it looks cemented above. We could try it. A shadow's always
Give it a
good.
try.
Good news. Come on out, video, so I can see my skids for a minute. So I don't crush anything we don't want to crush. I don't know. There's no. Oh, there's a bunch of coral under me. I don't want to mow the lawn trying to bonk it with the skid. I'll just come over here and get it with the jaws. Does that look loose to you still? It's hard to tell, isn't it?
This
Wanna
edge
look at the
looks loose,
backside?
but yeah, the back might be cemented.
You want to come in on the backside real quick, video? As I land. See if.
That might be too small,
Yeah.
but it's the best candidate I've seen so far.
Not the best?
Oh, no, you
Oh,
go
no, I
go
was-
for what you're doing. He was just pointing out another one that we
Side,
might try.
side conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I might bump a few things, but that's okay. There's a lot of things here.
Yeah, pilot, I'm stationary, so if you need a view,
Come on in on the back of this rock.
the big
I don't
one.
want
let
to
me
even
know.
turn on the arm if it looks cemented, but this is looking the most loose to me. Let's. Yeah, it's got the with the coral on it. How does it look to you? I see a couple other things around it. I just see that
big.
shadow, and it's. Well, I'll prod it. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
Can we get spun up on hydraulics, please?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez. What time is it local?
Spun up.
Good on
Thank you.
time and either rock box.
Arms live. Reaching out. Just give a little prod here. Well, I was wrong.
Darn.
I've been wrong before.
What about the one that's with the other coral perched on top to the left?
Towards the back?
Yeah.
There? Yeah, I can try to reach it from here, otherwise we'll have to just turn the heading. Back here?
Yeah.
Nope, I would say not.
Okay. I think we can.
One more over here. Yeah.
There's a sponge up there. Might be worth taking a peek at.
Caliphacus.
Probably
Alright.
gonna have to move Sirius, my co-pilot.
Say it again, Nav.
If he goes forward anymore, we're probably gonna have to move Sirius, right?
No, we got room.
So it's a good amount of tether.
Okay,
I think we're
fine.
good for now.
Soon we will. We'll take a quick look at this
We've been hanging out
sponge
here
and
for a
then
while.
we'll get headed on. Sorry, we can't find you a loose rock there, guys.
It's pretty impressive that we can't. But I'm familiar with this type of terrain. It's,
Yeah. Yeah, it all looks like it's a bunch of rubble and then it just, everything's cemented and glued.
you know,
But, all right, video, come on in on the sponge real quick for them.
This is
it's neat.
definitely new from what we've seen before. It's not the one we collected for sure.
Yep, come on out.
We haven't seen
wonder-
this on this dive, but I'm wondering if they saw that on earlier dives in the region.
I would probably guess it's a glass sponge, hexactinellid also.
Yeah.
Can't see anything inside of there.
Just
I don't think
scanning
that's
all the
anything alive. I
holes.
think it's
Debris that fell
Debris.
in there, yeah.
Yeah. Looking for any sort of associates. I don't see anything. Alright, well, we can get a couple
It's
seconds
interesting.
like
It's
this.
sort of almost like petal form. It's
Yeah.
got this really
Similar to
intricate design.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Farreaday, but I know those sponges are wavy. They have these flower petal like morphologies, but I wouldn't hazard to guess anything more than that.
It's great pilot whenever
I'm not
video's
pulling
ready.
that
We
hard, I
can
don't think, but could be me.
mosey.
I think
Okay,
it might be
I'm ready to mosey.
Okay.
current in your rail cams. Looks like it's current.
Off we go. Tilting up.
There's several of these black coral whips,
Oh, jeez.
just
Yeah,
like we
they're-
saw down below.
They're everywhere.
Can't believe none of these are loose. It seems outrageous.
Yeah, nav. So I think now we might be able to get a move in.
Yeah.
7-0 looks pretty good for me. And then pilot, you're facing
Yeah.
4-5.
Why don't we acquire the top of the ridge again here?
Yeah.
Got
Do you
moseyed
think we're
off
that
the
far
ridge, chasing
south of the
rocks.
ridge?
Yeah, I think I'm a little south of the ridge, so let me just come up this way before you guys get moving too much. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put in 30 meters at 070.
I think that'd be good. Pilot, you happy with that?
Yeah.
6-5, yeah.
Okay.
7-0, I think it'd be great.
Bridge, nav. We'd like another ship move, please. 30
Getting
meters,
stretched out a little.
bearing 070 degrees, 0.2 knots. Good copy. And we are just about making our target speed,
Good.
despite the stops.
Awesome.
What is the vehicle speed right now?
The ROV speed?
Uh-huh.
It varies depending on what the ship's doing. We're averaging about 0.06, 0.07 knots, but while we're moving, it's more like 0.2 or 0.3.
Okay.
Thank you, Bridge.
Okay.
So
like a
you're
shrimp.
getting a little.
Yeah,
Might be
just
your limit for
top
now,
down.
pilot.
Okay.
Come down a little bit, actually, though. A little
Another
more.
one over there. That's swimming.
Need a shrimp view? Or just talking about it?
Yeah, we're just talking.
Okay.
Pointing things out along the way.
Sounds good. How far did you go on that move? 30 or 20?
30.
Okay.
Seems like some of these areas are
We've just barely
clear
started
of
moving.
corals,
You can stop it if you
and
want.
we happen upon
It
more
looks-
numerous ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like on the right-hand side you have a bunch of bursted open pillow basalts, but you know, as soon as you go down there and you look at what's below it, it's a huge block of concrete.
This must be pretty old then.
I would say it's pretty old, yes.
It's just long, slender in the back. Is that just a weird rock or is that a very still fish?
Oh, there's another
Come in.
fish on the right.
I've been seeing
there's
some
a fish
patches
on
of
the
this
right.
shiny
Yeah, you could.
spots on the pillow
Yeah.
here.
Oh, you don't need the rat tail? You want the
Oh, yeah.
cup
Yeah,
coral?
can we take a look at the fish before
Yep,
it
come on
decides
in.
to leave us?
What?
Turning my head in.
They haven't
This
actually.
is one of the rat tails,
Yeah.
family Macruridae. So the rat tail in the family Macruridae. There are like 300 species in this genus. Some of them have very restricted ranges, and some of them are very widespread. Have to get a closer look. Unfortunately, this one may not be identifiable.
Picking
Some
up.
of the characters are things like presence or absence of a light organ, the position of the anus relative to the anal fin, things that we can't easily see. This could be in the genus Coryphonoides.
Just playing the
Tails
game
don't
of
look
hide and
quite
seek.
large enough. It looks like it's got some injuries too, some abrasions to its
Yeah, it
tail.
definitely is discolored, like it's had its scales removed or something in patches. So,
So this is
Yep.
a very common family at these depths of 1,000
Okay.
meters or so. Lots
Thanks.
of species. They feed on, I think, invertebrates. You can see the pelvic fins are modified into long
Pilot.
filamentous
Yeah, of
rays
course.
for feeding along the bottom. Some of them have a little whisker on the bottom of the chin. That's another character that's useful for identification. That one wasn't going to let us see that character, though. So they're related distantly, same order, but not the same family as the codfishes and hakes.
thanks, Bruce.
Serious. Looks like a sea cucumber. No,
No.
it's a rock posing as a sea cucumber.
Oh, another crab coming up.
Yeah. It's like the one we saw earlier.
Yep.
Do we need a tighter
Yep.
look, or we're
Let's-
good?
No, we can
No.
head out.
Continue
Head on
onward.
up. Every now and then we still see these dense patches of anemones too on the rocks.
Looks like the ship's caught up.
Yeah, it'd be about 5-0.
Yeah, look at this. This is
Yeah,
weird.
you still have a fair
These
bit.
super
Weird.
shiny patches.
Yeah, I don't know if that's related to, you know, something sloughing off or
Yeah.
what. Can we zoom in on the
Shiny?
shiny patch, please?
Yeah, come on in video.
This is the largest one I've seen so far.
Oh,
I mean, geologically, I have no idea what that means. Shiny rocks. But, I mean, could it be... I mean, it's slightly bluish. Could it be cobalt or
Yeah,
manganese?
whatever the mineral composition is.
Yeah.
It's much too old to be glass. That's for sure.
And it seems, I mean, it seems smooth, so not much is really colonizing
Yeah.
it or attached.
Yeah. Well, nothing living on it. Kind of looks like glass. Looks like you got a fresh pillow. Just kidding.
Thanks, pilot. That
Yeah.
was great. We'll get a geology expert from the shore side to weigh in later, teach us a few things. That would be nice.
All right. I'm happy when you are. Yep, come on out.
That'd be at about 8-0, pilot.
Copy that. Continuing on. Ooh, look at this.
A few cup corals on this rock. Again, we've got
Victigorgia or
this
something.
Anelopsemia lake colonies.
Pretty sure that's a Victigorgia.
Possibly another Victigorgia,
Another chrysogorgid too.
Chrysogorgid.
Cool.
Nav, are we still moving, or is that about it?
Ship's done. You probably still have a few more meters.
Copy.
Ooh, here's a patch of things that might be loose.
Thank you, Bridge.
There's got to be something here. Famous last words.
There's got to be something that the ROV can hit.
Yeah. Well, you know,
How about that?
we're hitting it with the skid. We got a whole thorium
Yeah.
bottom center right now.
Sea cucumber, I think we've seen that one before.
Jeez. I'm looking for a good candidate that might come loose. Let's see. Back in there, maybe. It's hard to tell, huh? Those all look like pieces of... What, the lasers? Can we get the lasers on real quick?
Lasers on.
What about the lasers touching now? I don't know that I can get in there and nudge it with the skids, but I can definitely get in because this wall on the right will take out my stuff on the starboard side. I don't know. What do you think? Does that look loose to you? Or not so much? Why don't we go partial and take a look? That might be telling. And if it's not, we can run off. Yeah, none of those.
Back edge might be attached.
Those all appear to be attached. Jeez. All right. Yep. Come on out. Scooting along in this patch here. You would think there'd be something in here. All back to the open area, see if there's anything that looks like I could hit it. Jeez. Alright, let's run on. Don't want to waste too much time. We need a rock, but we need to make progress. It's a difficult balance.
We'll give it a whirl and then we'll head up.
But I think
It's always a delicate balance, this work.
we've been making pretty good progress so far.
I would say, yeah.
So pilots, I believe as part of this drill, they want us to discuss what we would do in the case of an actual emergency. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
There was
It's always
some
a good time
discussion
to-
of that beginning of the season. So the wind and the current is going to push us roughly the stern, which is clear of all obstacles. I don't see any problem. Obviously, we would start hauling in, but we seem to be in a good position in terms of the weather.
Yeah, that's great. Get
Great.
away from that.
Stream out, haul in, and then we'd call a bridge and let them know that we're off bottom and safe. Right.
Yes.
But you don't have to do that.
Yes.
We would in the event. Actual emergency.
And those on the shore side, those drills are a reminder that we are actually in the middle of the ocean. We don't have to participate today, but we have routine drills for fire and safety.
Don't worry, there's a 50-50 chance they'll make us don later.
There's a few cup corals in these crevices, but nothing that I would stop and take a look at. It looks fairly similar, but
Okay.
yeah, there's another crab on possibly Acanthogorgia, Acanthogorgid octocoral. This doesn't look like it has a hydroid hat, but we could
It
get a
definitely-
quick snap on
Definitely does
this
have a hydroid
colony.
hat. Yeah, we got time. Yeah. Or, I mean, not definitely, but it looks... I think I see it. Go ahead in. Yeah.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
the
there it is.
Oh,
hat.
yeah, interesting. So is that 3 for 3, or did you see one before?
That's at least 4.
Okay,
Four of these symbioses.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, yeah, kind of noteworthy. I mean, I've never seen crabs this large on colonies of Acanthogorgia.
Were you able to get a crab associate on your collection?
The collection, no, we didn't
Oh, that's
get a
too bad.
crab. We got only echinoderms.
Gotcha.
They don't really like to stay with.
Yeah, I have a
with
feeling
the
it's
cut.
going to be tough.
Yeah.
You'd be
Usually have to slurp
surprised.
those guys.
Thanks.
When we're going to have to take its
Yeah.
hat away from it, it's just going
We
to
got a ton
downhill.
of colonies. I don't want to
So
spend too much
sad.
time, but yeah, we can get a little closer. Just want to make at least the perception of making good time, even if it's the same.
Yeah, wow, that's really interesting.
All right.
Does it seem like the currents have picked up a bit since we've headed up this ridge?
Little bit.
Yeah.
It's not too bad yet, but definitely fighting them a little bit.
Please report your buster at this time.
Great. Yeah, no problem. A cup coral. Ooh. Hold on. On the lasers
Buster completed this time.
now, just below them. Does that look loose to everybody else? That's the loosest rock I've seen.
Which one?
Loosest perceived. Hold on. Lasers on it. Just that upper one right there.
Go for it.
Has potential.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Come in a little closer on the right side. Is that attached? Let me give it a knock.
There's sediment draping.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
been
that
there a
bodes
while.
well.
It's been there a while.
Okay. Well, we don't have to bump it
Okay.
if you don't
I
think
think
it's
we'll-
good.
I think we'll head up.
Continuing onward.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Pilot, you want to put a ship move in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are starting to fall very slightly behind, but not a problem yet. So
So
I'm seeing a few
I'm
more
still
cup
slightly
corals.
behind.
I'm
It was interesting that
below
one that
the
we saw at the
0.06.
early part of the dive was sort of caught in that crevice, sort of in the underside.
I
Yeah.
think I'm happy.
We see
still
cup
7-0
corals in the
if you
canyons
are
often
pilot.
they're
I think that looks pretty good on my
attached
scenario.
to overhangs, the underside of an overhang, sort of
Yep.
in that
Yeah.
area where they wouldn't necessarily get
and ready for that.
buried with
Go ahead
sediments.
in. Yeah.
Potentially, they're able to trap food there, but it minimizes the potential smothering by
Bridge nav.
sediments coming down slope.
We're ready for another ship move. Repeat of the last 30 meters, bearing 070 degrees, 0.2 knots. Good copy.
Lots of debates about the corals that we're seeing associated with the crab associate.
This is all rubble, though, on a lot of these flatter portions. Some of these branches are significant
Yeah.
thickness.
Again, I think as we head up slope, we may see some larger colonies.
All right. We put Sean the Rock Whisperer in the seat, so hopefully he'll get you one.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. Did you see anything while we switched watch leads?
No,
Okay, great.
not yet. Thanks.
Yeah, you floated a little high on the when we switched.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll come back.
In co-pilot, we are in motion, 070 degrees.
Roger.
Some kind of squat lobster up on top of this knoll.
I wonder if that's shiny is a
Some more
biolab
shiny
of some
rocks.
sort.
Shiny rocks.
Shiny
Do you
rocks.
want zoom on Shiny Rock?
No, we're okay with the shiny
Yeah.
rocks. But
Copy that.
Could it be like some kind of biology spread over it, maybe?
I'm wondering if when that lava was, oozing through, it might have cooled quickly, created sort of a glassy surface, but it may be down to its mineral composition as well. But I'm not a geologist, so
Something
I defer to those on the
just
shore
to the
side.
left of middle in
Oh,
that
yeah.
crack. Something red in there.
bottom left, but it may be something you have to reach for rather than slam with the skids.
Just out of the frame in the bottom
Yeah.
left, there seems a rock right in the middle of a divot.
Bottom left.
Just approaching the middle of the
There
screen
it is.
now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Let me try to center up on it.
It looks really
Looser,
out of there. Yeah, out of
out of
place.
context.
Yeah.
Do you like poke with the craft? It definitely.
It's angular. I feel good about this.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, let me get in. Let me center. We'll take
Give
some
it a
good
whirl.
Or even here, this one might be bumpable.
All right, video, come on. I'll center up.
Okay, no, I changed my mind.
Looks like it's
Already I can see.
connected.
Yeah, sorry, wash leads.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna not work, but
Can we pan to the right quickly?
Yes, absolutely.
Just to the right of the lasers now, do you think any of that is bumpable?
I can
Dis-
absolutely bump. Yeah.
Dislodge it?
See what we get.
Fire out at this time, 70 flat 1. Fire out at this time, 70 flat 1.
Felt pretty solid.
Solid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't see anything move there.
onward and upward.
On the top of this knoll, I did see a unique sponge that we haven't seen yet this dive.
Copy that.
Just now looking at you at 5-1.
To the right.
Yes.
Copy that. Let me get over. And then Copilot, what'd you say?
Starting to catch up.
Copy that. We'll try to be quick.
Camera's at 7-0.
Look different to you, right?
It does.
Fairly substantial growth of scleractinian rubble as well.
All right, video, do you want
Reminds
to
me of the sort of columnar type sponges you see in shallow water. Columnar. And then what's the
Copy that.
coral below it?
Yeah, that's
Ooh, there's a hermit crab on the side of the sponge. It's the second one we've seen this dive, I think.
yep.
And you can see the pores in the sponge really
Copy that.
easily.
We'll try to center. Slight tilt down.
I would hazard a guess as at a glass sponge as well. Has the texture and construction.
Yeah, sorry, video, I'm floating away from it.
Underneath, is there a way to get a quick zoom on that large coral mass?
Yeah, lower right.
Large
Yeah, the
coral
live
mass.
material.
Copy.
Right underneath the sponge.
Yeah, all of that.
Center.
Whoa.
Yeah, that
Left.
looks like
There's
something.
a ton of it all the way down the...
Yep. This could be Madrepora.
Yep, and there's some live polyps.
I would say so. It looks the most convincing thing to Madrepora we've
Right.
seen so far.
Getting a
Got
little
that
past you now.
zigzag
Uh,
morphology.
Well, actually, I'm starting to fall behind my co-pilot, so we might have to take a last view, and then I might have to go forward.
Nav, can you repeat?
Oh, that was me.
That
Wash
was
leads.
the pilot, but he's falling behind Sirius a bit, so he's going to have to take off pretty quickly unless
Okay.
you want to adjust the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
video whenever you're good.
It's just good for us to get a zoom on this and then
All right. Push ahead.
wow. So that may be
Great.
the coral that we're seeing downslope.
This is about the end of that move, so I don't think you need to run out too far ahead.
Perfect.
So it was about 1025 meters, 1025. Saw a different type of coral, Madrepora, possibly. Do we have, is there a common name for Madrepora other than stony coral?
Yeah, I don't know.
was a fairly large colony. That's the largest stony coral colony that we've seen so far. Had extensive dead parts to its substrate where it was attached to the rock area, and then live tips. So I think for future reference, we will refer to
Happy spot.
Madrepora
Pretty
as the
much.
zigzag coral
So you're happy about?
as the common name.
That's great to hear.
Done.
It's interesting because it's a number of these, you know, corals that we're seeing or animals that we're seeing don't have, you know, what we would say were common names necessarily that people would readily understand or associate with.
Big fish in a serious view.
Let's see, left and up, maybe?
No, I don't think you're going to get it. It's pretty far above you. You might get it in the distance as it comes down over near you, but it's off to your starboard. But
Top
it's
center of
still
the
right
screen, it
above
looks like
you.
there may be some loose rocks.
Are there any rocks here that could
Starting
be
to get in your light pool. And he's gone.
sampled, or are you guys still on the move, pilot?
I think we're moving, but I can bump something.
No, I
We're
think
about
we're
done
pretty
moving. You
stationary.
could give it a try if you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you see anything you want to bump.
I don't see
Good
anything
spot.
good, but we're not moving.
Yeah. Is there one in particular?
I think more down or over to the side. I think to your right.
To
There
right.
may be some. But
See anything, Washleeds?
Oh, Sea Star.
oh, I see a sea star.
Sea Star. You like zoom on Sea Star?
Yes, please.
Great.
Sorry, I knew we were looking for a rock, and I was like, my
That's
my
all right.
attention escaped me for a
That's
minute.
Washleeds.
Please zoom on sea star.
Sea Star is where exactly?
Upper left-hand side.
Yeah.
You see it on
Left.
sort of the white color
straight
on
ahead.
the rock.
Yes.
Yep.
My way over. Making my way over.
All stations, please report the NetSat for fire drill debrief. All stations report the NetSat for fire drill debrief.
Yep, go for a video and I'll just move closer to it.
All right.
First Sea Star
Going
the
down.
dive.
of the dive of the cruise.
The cruise, which is true. You can see the 2
Not
feet.
saying much, but yeah.
2 feet extended,
Video, I'm coming
attaching to the
closer.
rock, and I'm curious what this one is. We're getting a good view of it.
That.
Um,
I wonder if this is one of those cookie cutter
cookie cutter stars.
sea stars.
Start from backing.
That's right.
Not one of those terribly treacherous
You're about to get a
coral-eating
sea.
sea stars.
Should have stayed there. Would have been real stationary.
Starting to float up a little bit. Yeah. Actually, Video, if you want to come out, I can try to set. And that'll probably be the best bet.
We'll have to get some good zooms of this to send back to Chris Ma to weigh in on what we're taking a look at. I'm curious if it's something that he's familiar with. I know he is keen to potentially get
Alright, Video, come on
some
in, off our
specimens
center.
to describe some of this. I think there have been several new species or a few new species on the last cruise.
Yeah, a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz on the last cruise.
I might be able to help
But
you out a
I
little
don't
with
feel
that.
like I've seen this one on the last cruise.
Yeah, this one was different from the one with industrial and regular small.
Santiago, if that was you speaking, I couldn't hear you.
Starting to come And a little.
Try to recenter.
This is less in Hawaii. After you've looked at this sea star, can you just keep the zoom and move a little bit up to the above the star and to the right? There's a very long, thin, white thing that we were wondering it might be one of the bamboos on near the top of this rock. We'll just have a quick look at it.
Sure.
Will do.
Watch it. Did I hear after this above to the right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Copy that. Copy that. Video, are you good on this? All right. So up. There we go.
I think we're looking to the right a little bit more.
A little more?
Over to the right would be good.
Why don't you come out partial? Can aim it.
Oh, yep. See that a wiry stretch between the two whip corals? Right dead center above the lasers now.
Yes. This
Looks like brambles.
It's that long, that structure right there. That's what we're curious about.
Try to center that video.
What that is. I can't really tell at this point.
Yep.
I think it's okay, but just bring your attention to it that lower port swing arm is a little close.
Are we able to
Copy
zoom
that.
in?
Well,
Okay.
definitely not a bamboo coral, but I'm not sure.
That's
Sure
safe.
what it is. Looks like it's
pretty
made
far
out of
from
beads.
anything, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that view.
Maybe a bryozoan?
that view can be deceiving.
Agreed.
The part down a little bit lower, if we could tilt down, looks a little bit fresher,
Copy that. Tilting down.
a little bit less fragmented.
Right here, watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks carbonate, I would say, or some sort of harder substance. Couldn't be like egg masses or something.
Is that as close as we can get?
It's pretty small.
Okay, thanks. Well,
I think that's as good as we're gonna get, but
thank you.
If that's a primnoid, then it should be collected probably, because I don't know of any primnoid that has this growth anywhere.
it looks to be encrusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to collect it would be to scratch
Scrape,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
and
how
then suck it up.
successful
So,
that collection would be, wash leads. I could try to scrape some off, but
no, I don't
it's so
think
small,
we'll be able
it might
to
just
grab
float
it.
off.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely attached to the rock, I would say.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
too.
I don't think.
I think we got some decent images of it. We could keep on moving along, I think.
Yes.
Great. So, thank you, video. So, wash leads, are we good to move on?
Yeah, we're good to go, thanks.
Great.
Might want to think about a move soon.
Yeah. Let me see what's up here, and then I think we're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good to move along if you want to put
Yeah,
one
you
in
guys
for
are
us,
moving
30
along at a
meters.
good clip. We're crossing 1,015 meters
7 zeros, I think.
7
off
zeros
of
good for
Swains
me.
Island
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
that looks
Pacific
fine.
Ocean.
Maybe
Swains Island is part of the